December is one of my very favorite times of the year. And it's not just because, the holidays, like we just had Thanksgiving and Christmas is coming up and New Year's is coming up. It's not just because of those things, but it is because of all the different traditions and time and events that I get to do and spend with my family. And there's different traditions that we've just kind of created over the years that the kids really look forward to and really enjoy. And we make gingerbread houses and have like a friendly competition with who makes the best. And it's been really fun to see the kids grow over the years and come up with some really awesome gingerbread houses, if I do say so myself. Way better than I could ever do. And I'm always impressed. So that's always really fun. And then they love cutting out snowflakes, putting them on the windows just as a, basic decoration, making homemade decorations here, and lighting the candles, having all the smells, all the flavors, all the activity. It's so much fun, and I just love it. It's just special times with the family, and even church family and extended family. Just great times of getting together and spending time together. We just had my family side, my mom's side, we had a cookie exchange, and where all of us get together and sing Christmas carols and eat and be silly and have fun, and it's just such a blessed time, and I'm so grateful. But our very favorite thing to do this time of year is to bake, and I know many of you agree, to make all those delicious recipes that everybody loves, everybody enjoys. And today I want to share 3 of our favorite recipes with you. Whoa, quick commercial break for you. Make sure you check out our new cookbooks, Everyday Breads, Gourmet Desserts, and Chicken Made Easy. You're not going to want to miss it. All right, back to the video. One of the best ways to make Christmas morning an absolute hit is by making a delicious breakfast. And so today I want to share with you our Pecan Braid recipe.
Who doesn't love coffee cake? This showstopper is inspired by my grandpa and often requested by my uncle at family dinners. Let me show you how to make one of our very favorite desserts, my pecan braid. To a large mixing bowl, add 3/4 cup of warmed milk, 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, 3 tablespoons of oil, 1 egg, 2 teaspoons of yeast, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Mix until just combined and add in 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour and 1 cup of raisins. Mix for 3 to 5 minutes and set aside for later. Now let's make our filling. To a bowl, add in 3/4 cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of chopped pecans, 4 tablespoons of melted butter, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. You can also omit the pecans from this recipe and it still turns out beautifully. Mix until just combined and set aside for later. On a lightly floured surface, scrape out the dough from the bowl and gently knead it for 1 minute. Using a rolling pin, roll out the dough to a 15 by 12 inch rectangle. Divide the rectangle into 3 parts and distribute the filling evenly among them. Using your fingers, pinch together the edge of the dough around the filling to keep it from leaking. Braid together the strands of dough. Place the loaf on a sheet pan lined with parchment paper and allow it to rise for 1 hour. Preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Egg wash the loaf and bake it for 20 to 25 minutes. Remove from the oven and allow it to cool. Now let's make our icing. Mix together 3 cups of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 6 tablespoons of sour cream. Transfer it into a piping bag and pipe it over the pecan braid. This recipe could be used for breakfast, brunch, or as a showstopper dessert, and that's just one of the reasons why we love it so much. This recipe will be a perfect addition to your holiday menu this season.
And who doesn't need a go-to delicious Christmas cookie recipe? We love ginger snaps because we love all the flavors, but we don't really love the crispiness of the snap cookie. So Julianne took that recipe, tweaked it, and made it soft, chewy, and delicious. So we want to share with you today our ginger crinkle cookie recipe.
Preheat the oven to 360 degrees Fahrenheit. To a large mixing bowl, add 1/2 cup of melted butter, 2 cups of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of molasses, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Mix briefly and add in 1/2 cup plus 2 tablespoons of milk, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 4 teaspoons of ground ginger, 4 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of allspice, and 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves. Mix until combined and add 4 cups of all-purpose flour. Mix thoroughly. The dough should be slightly sticky but still workable. Roll out tablespoon-sized dough balls and roll them in granulated sugar. Place them on a lightly greased cookie sheet and flatten them slightly with the bottom of a drinking glass. Bake at 360 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes. This recipe makes around 3 dozen cookies. These cookies are wonderfully crisp around the edges and delightfully chewy on the inside. The combination of warm spices and molasses makes this cookie perfect for the winter season. I suggest pairing these with our delicious homemade London fog latte.
When you're getting together and you're hosting and you're going to gatherings, you want a showstopper recipe, something that you walk in and people are like, wow, that's beautiful and delicious. So today I'm going to share with you my red velvet cake recipe, which goes way back to my great-grandmother's recipe. I'm sure that everyone thinks their grandma's recipes are simply the best, and honestly, I'm no different. As a little girl, I would sit at my grandma's table and watch her make this cake year after year. Of course, I would have to steal batter here and there. Whether it's because of the sweet memories or the delicious taste, this red velvet cake is my very favorite homemade cake, and today I want to share this recipe with all of you. To a stand mixer, add 1/2 cup of all vegetable shortening and cream it for a few moments. Add in 2 eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and 1 1/2 cups of sugar. Mix thoroughly, scraping the sides of the bowl from time to time. In a separate glass dish, combine 2 tablespoons of cocoa, 1 tablespoon white vinegar, and 1 ounce of red food color. Combine with a whisk in order to incorporate all of these ingredients together well. Set aside for a few moments. Now, back to the stand mixer. We are going to slowly add 2 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour and 1 cup of buttermilk. But we are going to rotate between these 2 ingredients, adding small amounts slowly. So, add a little bit of flour, and then add a little bit of buttermilk. Repeat that until all flour and all buttermilk are incorporated together in the mixer. Now add in 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Finally, add in the beautiful red cocoa mixture to give your batter a gorgeous red color, which will be perfect for the holidays. Prepare 3 9-inch cake pans. I like to cut out parchment paper for the bottoms of the pans because from my experience, this cake likes to stick. I'm going to thoroughly grease each of my pans with all vegetable shortening and then add the parchment paper to the bottom of the pan. If you do not have parchment, it's okay. Just be thorough with your shortening. Evenly distribute the cake batter into your 3 pans. Make sure your oven is preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and bake for 20 minutes or until your cake starts to pull away from the sides of the pan and a toothpick comes out clean from the middle of the cake. Once your cakes are done baking, let them cool for a few moments, but while they are still warm, remove them from the pans and then let them cool completely on a cooling rack before applying any frosting at all. Let's begin making our amazing frosting. We're going to start on the stovetop by making a roux. To a saucepan, combine 2 cups of milk with 10 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, whisking consistently. This milk-flour mixture will turn into a thick roux, which we will use later for making our frosting. Now, my mother and grandmother will both recommend doing this part in a double boiler if you have one, to prevent burning and clumping. But I don't have one, so I just carefully watch and mix thoroughly with a whisk the entire time. Keep your heat low and your mixture won't burn. Once your roux is nice and thick, remove it from the heat and get it cold. Place it in the fridge to bring it to a nice cold temperature quickly if you would like. Once the roux is completely cold, it's time to put all of our frosting ingredients together. To your stand mixer, combine 2 cups of softened butter, and I like to cream the butter first alone, 2 cups of granulated sugar, and 1 tablespoon of vanilla. Now, add in your roux spoonful by spoonful. This will turn into a beautiful, fluffy butter frosting. Now for the fun part, let's frost the cake. While I am putting the base coat of frosting on, Marie is going to be mixing up some fun colors to make a beautifully decorated scene on the outside of the cake, perfect for Christmas. And because Marie so enjoys making food beautiful, I'm going to turn it over to her right now. Because my birthday falls right around Christmas time, you can guarantee to see a red velvet cake in our house during the holidays. So I hope you enjoyed these recipes. I hope you try them out with your family this holiday season. I would love to hear from you now. What are your favorite recipes to make during the Christmas holiday season? And what traditions do you guys have? So if you enjoyed these recipes today, make sure you check out this video next because it's also one of our favorites. All right, we'll see you later.